Hey guys, the section of violence here. We got PFL. Let's go. Great weekend last weekend. Let's continue. So we got Marina Takina versus Yoko Higashi. At the weigh-ins, they seem fairly similar in size. Yoko might have a slight height advantage. I don't know. All of her wins are against subpar competition. Um, can't really hold her in too much regard. I'm gonna go with Marina here, being the much better ground grappler. I'm very confident. It's probably my lock of the card, to be honest. I really like Marina in the spot. I don't see how she loses it unless she just can't get the takedown and gets outstruck somehow. But yeah, I like Marina here. It's gonna be a fun fight. Yoko is kind of a wild card, but I'm pretty sure this will turn out well for us. Moving on, we had Evelyn Martines versus Carolina Sobek. Carolina Sobek is a definitely a striker. Um, she has some grappling experience as well. Um, she has some good wrestling. This is a really interesting matchup because I do like Evelyn Martins' ground control, and I do think she can win this fight. She mixes in the takedowns. I'm gonna lean Martins here, but this is a closer fight than I thought. Sobek has a good amount of experience. But I just like Evelyn Martins. I think she's pretty talented. Turns into good girls. You know, she subbed Jessalyn Michelle, which is a pretty good win. Beat Jacqueline Kylie pretty dominantly. You know, she's looked pretty good. I'm gonna go with Martins here by unanimous decision. Moving on, we have Amber Librock versus Martina Jindarova. Librock is definitely a live dog. I'm gonna go with Librock here. Just the size advantage is gonna be huge. She's gonna look to try to get her down, which being the bigger opponent will pay in her favor. I do think she's gonna run into some trouble with the striking, but I do think she should be all right and should win this fight. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but I'm gonna predict her to win by either submission or decision. This is gonna be a fun one though. Moving on, we have Danilo Marquez versus Jorgen De Castro. Now, Jorgen De Castro, oh my goodness, I don't really like to call his fights because he's got good power and decent takedown defense. But when you're facing guys like he would have lost the last fight if Junior's arm didn't pop out. And that Sean Asher win was pretty pathetic. Asher gave him that submission. Um, I feel like I feel like somebody with just a little bit of grappling like Danilo should be able to get him down. But he is a bit smaller than Jorgen, so I will say Danilo is gonna have yeah, he has cardio issues as well. So I think Danilo round one sub is probably what I'm thinking is gonna happen. But this is gonna be a weird fight, so I wouldn't bet too much on it. I'm gonna go with Marquez though here in the spot, just with the better grappling. Moving on, we have Marcelo Nunez versus Maurice Green. Maurice Green is terrible, and he has some all right jiu-jitsu, but other than that, he's pretty bad at everything. Wrestling's non-existent. Um, Striking isn't great. Um, I'm gonna go with Marcelo Nunez here, just being the more well-rounded fighter. BJJ black belt, can't see him getting subbed here. Um, yeah, even the Lovato Jr. couldn't sub him. I'm gonna go with Nunez here. I feel like it's a pretty safe bet. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nunez by. Let's go unanimous decision because Green's pretty. Has he been subbed before? I'm pretty sure he has. Yeah, armbar. Espino rear naked choke. He's been subbed before, so I could see him getting subbed again. But I'm gonna go with decision or sub for Marcelo Nunez. Moving on, we have Kunia versus Ferreira. So I have Kuniev here by either TKO or decision because I just feel like the grappling of Ferreira is pretty non-existent other than his jiu-jitsu, which is blue belt level. I think Kunia is much better than him on the ground and on the feet. I would lean Ferreira, but I don't think Kunia is going to give him that space he needs. So I'm going to go with Kunia by unanimous decision. Moving on, we have Ali Walsh versus Figueroa. I'm going to go with Ali Walsh. I just feel like Isaiah hasn't fought anybody, any decent. Jimenez, he had a like I don't really know what to make of these fights. I'm gonna go with Ali Walsh though. I think he's got this in the bag by TKO in the first round. Moving on, we have Elena Kolesniak versus Aspen Lad. Aspen Lad's gonna really look to hold Kalenic up against the fence, take her down, get up maybe a TKO or a submission. Elena's going to look to stay on the outside and use her striking advantage. I think Aspen's striking is very, very bad, and I think Elena's going to take advantage of that. Um, but this is a close fight. I do think Aspen's going to win with the grappling, but Elena could steal a decision. So playing Elena by split decision is probably the spot to go if you're hedging Aspen. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one for sure. Not fun to watch, but you know what I mean. It's going to be interesting. Moving on, we have the co-main event in Bruno Capaleza versus Mateo Scheffel 2. This is a rematch. Bruno Capaleza did not. He gave Scheffel way too much respect, and Scheffel pieced him up for 3 rounds. I'm gonna go with Capaleza here. First round TKO, just because Scheffel is chinny, and if Capaleza does put on the pressure, I do think he can get Scheffel out of there. But yeah, it's all what Bruno shows up. Is all that like I can't count on him to show up, but I think he's gonna win. Pretty confident too. Moving on, we have Larissa Pacheco versus Julia Budd. I'm definitely gonna go with Pacheco here. I wanted to play Budd because she's now at um, I think she's at Fight Ready now, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go with Pacheco here, but she's not looking as mean as she did last year, and Bud is athlete training with good quality people at Fight Ready, so definitely watch out for this spot potential parlay buster. But I do think Pacheco wins with these. Those are my most confident. My number one most confident pick would have to be Big A Alia Walsh. Number two would have to be Marina Makakina. Number three, I'd have to say Marcelo Nunez. Number four, um, Pacheco, or number three, tied for number three, Pacheco. Number four, Capolez. I don't even like that. Kuniev. Number five, I'm gonna go with Capoloza, number five. All right, guys, those are my predictions, and I hope you like them. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon for the Areas FC predictions.